Okay, good afternoon, and thank you for attending this course preview on our Diploma in Engineering Computer Network and System offered by SP School of Triple E. Okay, my name is Lau Chun Meng. I'm the course manager for this CET course. Okay, we will start with a bit of history. In 2007, this magazine published this cover page. Unfortunately, this is the webmania, so I can't really see and guess your age. But if you are on a phone, during this around 2007, I can quite confidently say that you should have owned a Nokia phone before. Okay, so at that time, around this period, I think when you go to the MRT station, on the train, almost 90%, 95% of people are holding Nokia phone. So Nokia was the giant, the cell phone giant at that time. So there are 1 billion customers who can catch this cell phone kick. Okay, so and another thing happened in 2007. So at the same time, Steve Jobs went on the stage to introduce the Apple iPhone. That was the first version of the Apple iPhone. And after that, in just a few years' time, we realized that Nokia is no longer the leader in the market. And slowly, we start to see Nokia disappearing from our store. So what happened? This is what we term it as disruptive innovation. So disruptive innovation is an innovation that creates a new market and value network. And eventually, it disrupts the existing market. It displaces the market leader like Nokia. And then eventually, Nokia become out of the market. So this has been happening around us for quite some time already. Maybe we just didn't take notice. So one other example is Kodak. So Kodak firm. So if you have hold a Nokia phone before, you probably also have used this Kodak phone before. So before we go for holiday, we usually pack 5 rows, 10 rows of films. And then we may also have to have 2 cameras. One camera that where we load the Kodak 200, the other one for the Kodak 400. So 200 is for the normal light, 400 is for the low light. Then we will take photos, and hopefully, when we come back, the photo will turn out well when we develop the photos, and we cannot take too many photos because we have limited films. So we just hope that when we develop, the eyes will remain open, and everything turns out well. Of course, we don't do that anymore, because of a new technology called the digital photography at that time. So when digital photography appears, so we start to buy digital cameras. So with digital cameras, we do not need to buy film anymore. And then that led to the decline of Kodak films. So I believe Kodak made a lot of money at that time when we are using films. So they make money by selling films, they make money by developing films on their paper. So it was a very profitable business. And when digital photography came, this business of course dropped. And ironically, it's the technology that Kodak invented. They didn't go on to continue the invention, but of course other companies went on, and this eventually led to the demise of this business. Then of course digital cameras. So I think we all buy a few digital cameras, and digital cameras is also innovation. And if you can remember, when is the last time you bought your last digital camera? Maybe 5 years ago. So digital cameras, the lifespan is also very short. It was slowly replaced by your phone. Your phone starts to be more powerful than your digital cameras. You start to be able to capture more things with your digital cameras. So nowadays we also don't buy digital camera anymore. So it's another digital innovation, innovation disruption that disrupt the digital cameras. So all this that have been happening around us, so which is important. And there are more and more upcoming disruptive innovation like Internet of Things, advanced manufacturing 4.0, cloud computing, big data analysis, and of course nowadays we start to talk about ChatGPT or generative AI, which is going to change a lot of the way we learn, the way we teach, and the way we do things. So generative AI is going to make a big impact on how we live. So recognizing the importance of technology, Okay, of course, our Singapore have started the Smart Nation initiative. Okay, so we started it many years. They hope to transform Singapore through technologies. So we have our one digital government. So they invest in infrastructure and create platform for business and for citizens. Okay, to collaborate, to learn, to develop. And they also launched our digital economy. So this hopes to encourage businesses to invest in technology, okay, and of course to encourage growth, okay, beyond our borders. And more importantly, the digital society, so Singapore always invest in people, okay, so they want to invest in us for upskilling, to arm us with the latest technology, okay, so that we can continue to innovate. Okay, so we don't want to be the next Kodak or the next Nokia. Okay, we want to be all constantly upgraded, with technologies. Okay, so this hope to live a better life together. Okay, so this is a video launched by Smart Nation. So we can take a look at this video.
Imagine a world brimming with possibilities. One where every ambition succeeds, every individual thrives, and every routine, commute, and passion can be pursued with ease. Welcome to Smart Nation. And yes, we're living in it right now. Every day, our shared experiences are changing as we improve our urban landscape with smart infrastructure that transforms our way of life. Think state-of-the-art automation in smart homes. Seamless convenience with smart transportation. And accessible connections through smart services. Smart Nation is a gateway to opportunities. It simplifies processes and powers a digital economy. By leveraging the latest technology, both local and multinational companies can stay connected and competitive in a vibrant ecosystem, with individuals maximizing their potential through new jobs and capabilities. It empowers us in our digital society by providing the necessary tools and resources to thrive in a digital world. Together, we will create an inspired, interconnected, and inclusive community where no one is left behind. And as the world becomes more interconnected and digital, cybersecurity becomes increasingly important. It ensures that all citizens can thrive in the digital space with confidence and peace of mind. At the center of Smart Nation is a digital government that serves with a heart to design smart solutions for our people. Digital government services create a closer relationship between the citizens and the government to create personalized and effective policies and initiatives that transform the way we live, work, and play. Let's seize this opportunity to think smarter and dream bigger than ever before. The possibilities are endless. The world you have always imagined is taking shape right here, right now. Welcome to your Smart Nation.
Okay, so that's our Smart Nation initiative, and we are happy to announce that in the current year 2024, Singapore is the smartest city in Asia. Okay, so but of course, we cannot just rest, and being ahead of technology, we have to constantly look at different initiatives, and in this year itself, Singapore launched the Digital Enterprise Blueprint. Okay, so this blueprint was co-created with many stakeholders. So the aim is to move on, to move to the next stage of digitalization and to make Singapore a nation of empowered enterprise and worker in the digital age. Okay, so this was launched just this May this year. Okay, so under this blueprint, we have 4 focus areas. Okay, focus area 1 is to empower enterprise through AI-enabled technology, okay, so that they can be smarter. Okay, focus area 2 is for enterprise to be able to grow and scale faster, okay, through digital solution. Okay, focus area 3 is to improve the security of enterprise. Okay, and more importantly, focus area 4. Okay, this is about upskilling of worker. Okay, so that workers again do not left behind when the whole nation move, okay, with digital innovation. So Singapore hopes to continue to do upskilling of workers so that they can make full use of digital capability. Okay, this is where our course come in play. Okay, so our course, the Diploma in Engineering, okay, focusing in computer network and system. Okay, it's a very broad-based course. So it covers areas from computer networking to system administration to info-comm services, programming, embedded system, and IoT system. So we cover a broad area so that you can have a knowledge of each of these areas. And if you are keen or interested to pursue further in certain areas, so we also have our specialist diploma, okay, for you all to continue, okay, your upskilling in a particular area, okay, like networking, like security, okay, cloud computing. So these are areas that you can focus on. So with this broad-based course, this gives you a good fundamental knowledge, okay, of each of these areas. So I'll go more in depth of the course. So the course consists of 5 modular certificates. So each modular certificate you will complete around in 1 semester or half a year. So in half a year, 1 semester, you'll take 3 modules. So it'll be 3 evenings per week. So under modular certificate 1, our MC1, it covers mainly on computer programming and networking. Okay, so these are quite fundamental knowledge that is required for you to progress to MC2, 3, 4, and 5. So the first module is on digital principle, where students are taught about the designing logic circuits. So, and they also cover additional topics like sequential logic circuit using flip-flop, monostables. Okay. Okay, module 2 will talk about structured programming. So we will be using C, C++ to teach students on how to write program in a structured way. Okay. And in module 3, this we cover the fundamental of networking. Okay. So it give you a good overview of computer networking and teach you some networking concept, terminology, devices, and so on. So you will learn how to build your first local area network, okay, with some basic networking and services configuration. Okay, so that's on module MC1, the 3 modules under MC1. So students will move on to MC2, where we will move more in depth into computer networking. Okay, where we will cover LAN switching, okay, we cover wireless network. Okay, so under the first module, so students will be introduced to the LAN switching technology, where we will cover VLANs, redundant network, okay, and also teach you about some securities with layer 2 and network design. So module 2 will cover computer networking, where students will be given an understanding of the computer network fundamental, in particular how routing works. So we will teach you about computer network routing protocols. Okay, so they will learn about what's the difference between routing protocol and routed protocol. Okay, and you will configure routers for your LAN communications. Okay. And the third module, wide area network, where we will discuss some wide area network technologies, and then you will learn how to build your network from a small network to a medium-sized business network. So we also learn about some security concept, in particular wide area network, and how do we do traffic access control. Okay, moving on to modular certificate 3, MC3. This will more focus on applications or programming. So we will talk about programming using microcontrollers. So you will learn how to program microcontrollers, learn about analog and digital circuits, okay, and sensors, and eventually you will develop a project that conceived around a microcontroller systems with sensors and output devices. Okay, so building on, there will be a module called Object-Oriented Programming, where you will learn about the concept of OOP, okay, Object-Oriented Programming. So you will develop software with modularity and reusability. Okay, so that's the whole thing about Object-Oriented Programming, okay, programming objects that can be reused. Okay, so this will be learned using Java. And module 3 will give you an overview of how microcontroller system work, how microprocessor works. So this will cover things like what is the architecture of a computer, how do they do memory interfacing, device interfacing, and so on. Okay, the fourth MC is on information system. So this will cover things like client server application development. So in this module, we'll teach students on developing client side and server side programming. So you will learn through JavaScript, through PHP scripts, and through SQL, and develop a client server application that can be used over the web or on mobile devices. Okay, cloud is also getting more and more important. So under this MC, we'll cover cloud computing services, where we'll teach you some principle about cloud computing, how to differentiate the different cloud systems, the benefit and risk of using cloud services. Okay, and finally, we have our server management, where you will learn how to manage a server. Okay, teach you the concept about installing services, managing users, over server, and try to troubleshoot problems that could happen when you install a server or services. And the final MC is focusing on Internet of Things technology. So in module 1, it will covers connectivity requirements, architecture requirements to design a smart city. So we will cover things like information technology, IT, OT, operational technology, convergence. So we are converging these two. And then how to use network technology, protocols, how do you design your smart cities. So they will we will also cover some use cases and example of IoT system and application. Okay, so we are facing a world where there are lots and lots of data coming in. Okay, so we will cover. So under module 2, we will cover things like data analytics. Okay, where we will introduce you with the different data mining tools and how do we process this data. Okay, where there are so many data and what the algorithm can be used for analysis of this data. So you will use this knowledge to build a prototype system that's able to store data and also able to analyze data. Okay, the third module is on developing your mobile application. So it will provide you with the skill and knowledge to develop applications that can run on mobile devices. So you'll learn how to design your mobile app using UI UX design. Okay, and then you will be exposed to using mobile app in an embedded system. And we also teach you about cross-platform mobile app development using both the iOS system, the Apple iOS system, and the Android system. So at the end of the module, you'll be able to conceptualize and actually build a mobile app for yourself. Okay, so that is our 5 modular certificates. Okay. So if you are keen to find out more about the course, you can scan the QR code over there. So the course will run, the next round of the course will run in October to March. Okay, so it will be a 2.5-year course. So from October 2024 and it will end at 31st March 2027. So if you want to register to the course, please hurry because the registration will end in 31st July. So less than half a month to go. And as I mentioned, it will be 3 evenings per week for the 3 modules. And it will be from 6:30 to 10:30 p.m. Okay. So I will open up for questions. So let's. Okay. So if you have any question, you can put it on the live chat. Okay. Then I can. Okay. I will look and try to answer your question. Okay, I have some question about configuration of firewalls, IDS, and IPS. Okay, actually our course doesn't really cover a lot on security. We have a specialist dip on network security. So that specialist dip will cover more on firewall configuration, configuration of intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system. So that will be a more suitable course for you to take if you are keen to find out more about configuration of firewalls and IDS and IPS. Yeah. Okay, the next question is again about firewall. So once again, the more suitable course that you are interested will be on the specialist dip. So our course again will cover the fundamental of networking. Okay, how to do connect a network for enterprise use. Okay, not really on configuration of firewalls and security settings. Okay, we also have a question. Isn't this just DCP? Okay, I believe you mentioned DCP means it's our current full-time diploma, okay, our computer engineering. Yes. Okay, so we have a full-time course, a 3-year course on diploma in computer engineering. That is for our full-time student. Okay, so we also launched a sister course as a part-time course. So this is for our computer engineering. Okay, so we took some of the modules from our computer engineering and put it in our evening classes. For students who join our evening course, you will be taking quite similar modules, okay, from the full-time student as a part-time student. Yep. Okay, so I think that's the question that I have so far. Anyone else got other questions? Okay, please feel free to ask. So once again, I think I will go back to the earlier slide to flash the QR code. Okay, so the registration, the course information, my email address, my phone number, okay, are there. So if you have any question, you can just scan the QR code. Okay, look through the course information. If you are keen, you can do a registration also via the same web page. Okay, and any question, you can find my email in that same web page when you scan the QR code. Okay, I have a question about the devices that we use for the networking module. Yes, we are Cisco Network Academy. Okay, so SP is part of the academy, Cisco Networking Academy. So the equipment that I'm using will be using Cisco. And the 3 modules that I mentioned under the MC2, okay, under the computer networks, are actually materials taken from the CCNA modules. Okay, so students who take the MC, okay, they will gain knowledge and be able to take the CCNA certification, okay, after taking this MC2. Yep, so again, the modules mirrors quite well with our full-time course. Yeah, so the equipments, the lab, okay, we'll be using, so we'll be using the similar lab that we use for our full-time student. Okay, just to check, any other questions? Okay, hope the session has been informative for you. So once again, do scan the QR code. Okay, this will give you more information about the different modules that we have. And any further question, my email address is in the same website. And do register because the closing date for this course will be 31st July. Okay, which is the end of this month. Okay, so if there's no question, okay, enjoy your lunch. Okay, hope to see you at our course. Okay, bye bye.